Welcome to today's episode of Crimes and Consequences. We're diving into the wild world of individuals who take the law into their own hands with disastrous results. From dumb psycho Karen trying to attack cops to a bizarre case of a man bringing an axe to court to kill a judge. Spoiler alert, it didn't go well for him. We're exploring the shocking stories of people who think they're above the law. Buckle up as we delve into these cringeworthy cases and examine the consequences of their actions. On April 8th, a chilling scene unfolded in Cibola County, New Mexico. 65-year-old John Carl O'Brien, seen here, was identified as the suspect. He arrived at the courthouse, furious about his case, and threatened to kill Judge Amanda Sanchez Villalobos. Bodycam footage shows O'Brien seeking the judge's location before officers intervene, ordering him to drop his axe and get on his knees.
Put the axe down! Step away from it. Step away from it. Let me see your hands. Get down on your knees. 106 Regional, send units to myself in the front lobby. Do not move. Do you understand me? Do you understand me? If you move, it will not be good for you. Okay?
Yes. Regional 106, use additional unit.
A-firm.
John Carl O'Brien's reckless rampage ended in arrest, facing serious charges: attempted murder, aggravated assault, threatening phone calls, and harassment. In a striking twist, none of the judges in the courthouse he targeted will hear his case. Instead, O'Brien will face justice in a different judicial district court, ensuring a fair trial. In a surprising turn of events, a missing Wisconsin teen was found safe in Florida after being pulled over for allegedly speeding in a school zone. The 17-year-old driver and his passenger, 18-year-old Katie Stevens, were stopped by a deputy. The teen claimed he was unaware of the school zone, and a check revealed his registration was close to expiring. Despite the infractions, the teen was let off with a warning, a fortunate outcome in this unexpected reunion.
You get your license, registration, insurance? Yeah, 31 and 20 mile an hour school zones while I'm stopping you.
And finally, we're in Florida, where a missing teenager was found safe, but only because he was pulled over allegedly speeding in a school zone. The driver was identified as a 17-year-old missing teen from Wisconsin, and inside the passenger seat was 18-year-old Katie Stevens. When the two were stopped, the 17-year-old driver told the deputy he was new to the area and didn't realize he was driving through a school zone.
Registration expires the 30th this month. Were you aware of that?
No.
Okay.
This is my dad's. Like I said, he takes care of both of them.
I got you. All right. Get a hold of him and make sure he gets the registration updated too. That's not expired yet. It's just getting close. Warning from the speed, okay? All right.
Man, thank you.
All right. Take care. Go safe.
But the surprise reunion takes a dramatic turn. Hours later, the Flagler County Sheriff's Office receives a shocking update. The car was reported stolen. Deputies swiftly track down the teen to a local gas station, where a tense arrest unfolds. Hands up, step out, don't reach for anything. The teen is apprehended and led away, a stark contrast to the earlier reunion.
The teen was left off with a warning. However, hours later, the Flagler County Sheriff's Office received info that the car was reported stolen. Deputies caught up with the teen at a local gas station.
Schmidt, keep verbal commands on your side for the driver to come out. Driver! Roll the window down! You're gonna open it with your hand and step out from the outside. Keep your hands up and walk out to the side. Yep, step out. Unbuckle it, hands right back up. Come on, you're good. Come on, step out. Don't reach for nothing. All right, turn, spin around, face away.
Underneath.
Authorities then focus on Katie Stevens, the passenger, ordering her out of the car. Hands up, turn away, walk backwards towards my voice. She's detained, and it's revealed that the teen had stolen the car from his father, taking Stevens on a cross-country journey from Wisconsin. Both are arrested and face felony charges of grand theft auto. The teen is held in juvenile justice, while Stevens is held on $2,000 bond for grand theft auto and contributing to the delinquency of a minor.
Then authorities demand Stevens, who was in the passenger seat, to get out of the car.
Open the door. Passenger, open the door. Let me see your hands, Mark.
Yeah, I got it.
Let me see your hands. All right, turn away. Oh, turn away from me. Turn around and turn away. Start walking backwards. Start walking backwards towards the sound of my voice. Keep coming. Stop. Take a step to your right. Keep walking backwards. Stop. Take a step to your right. Take another step to your right. Another step to your right. Go ahead, drive.
Both the teen and Stevens were arrested and each face a felony of grand theft auto. According to reports, the Wisconsin teen is currently being held in the juvenile justice system in Daytona Beach. Stevens was arrested for grand theft auto and contributing to the delinquency of a minor. She was held on a $2,000 bond.
In the Florida Keys, deputies pull over a woman on a cloudy day, concerned about her erratic driving. You having trouble staying in your lane? She seems disoriented, using her turn signal late and making a wide turn. You okay? The deputy inquires, noticing her confusion. The woman is asked for her license, registration, and proof of insurance, as the deputy tries to determine if she's fit to drive.
Hello. Sorry. For what? Are you okay? Huh? All right. We got a call about your driving, that you were having problems staying in the lane. So, and I thought it was weird that you kind of like put your turn signal on and you took a while to figure out where you're going, and then when you made the left, you made this really wide turn. You okay? You sure? Okay. You have your license, registration, proof of insurance?
Deputies stop a erratic driver, reported by multiple callers. The woman refuses to cooperate, ignoring orders to put her car in park and step out. The deputy firmly requests her exit, warning that the interaction is being recorded. A tense standoff ensues.
Why are you pulling me over?
Well, I didn't really. I was following you because we got a call about your driving, and people were saying, I mean, from the 100-mile marker, they were calling about a red.
Really?
Yes. You made
No,
a very...
I'm not going to do that.
You're not going to do what?
I'm not gonna do
Put
that.
your car in park. Put your car in park.
No.
Car in park now.
Why?
Ma'am, put your car in park.
Why?
Step out all the way in park. Step out of the car for me. Because you were about to take off on me and you are now lawfully detained. So please step out of the vehicle.
What's that?
Step out.
No.
No?
No. Then I want to record everything.
We're recording too.
I will record.
We're recording.
Then I will record everything.
That's fine, but you need to step out of the car.
Deputies order a woman to step out of her car, but she refuses. We've given you lawful orders, ma'am. Exit the vehicle now, they insist. She argues, mentioning she's recording everything, but deputies explain they're conducting a DUI investigation due to multiple reports of erratic driving and the smell of alcohol on her breath. The woman, identified as 60-year-old Deborah Odom, shares that she has breast cancer, but deputies press on, asking her to consent to sobriety exercises. She agrees, amidst the tense standoff.
Yes. So we've given you several lawful orders for you to step out of the car. You're refusing those orders, and I'm telling you to get out of the car right now.
She's telling me to get out of the car right now.
Yes.
Like, for
Yes.
what?
Because I'm conducting a DUI investigation, that's why.
DUI?
Yes.
Deputies identify the woman as 60-year-old Deborah Odom, who decides now is a good time to share a message to her followers.
So here we are. I have breast cancer. I just had my third treatment of breast cancer. And these people have...
Okay, so...
You think that's cool?
Based on the fact that, given that I could smell alcohol in your breath, okay, you're swaying while you stand, I'm going to ask if you want to consent to some field sobriety exercises.
Of course I would.
Okay.
The woman refuses to turn off her car and tries to record the deputies again. She attempts to snatch her ID from them, leading to a swift handcuffing. Ordered to walk to the squad car, she resists, wanting to turn off her car first. As deputies escort her, she starts screaming, "You're hurting me!
You're hurting me! You're hurting me!"
Repeatedly, escalating the tense situation.
Oh, she's going to take off. Do me a favor, turn...
Well, I want to just record I just want to record.
Okay, well, we're getting to
Turn
the
your
point.
car off. And listen, we're going to have to take this away from you. So, are we refusing to do the rest of these exercises?
No, of course
Then let's
not.
finish
of
them.
Course not.
Then let's
I
finish
love
them.
you guys. Like, I don't want anything.
I don't want to be in this position either, okay?
I don't. I also
And
want
I know,
to, like,
please, put the phone down.
I want to record all you guys.
We're recording
And
too.
she acts like she don't want to be. Like, she got back.
I know you did not, ma'am.
Listen, all right, we're done
You got
here.
my license?
Yes.
Oh, here we go.
The suspect's attempt to snatch her license back from deputies earns her a fast pass into handcuffs. Let's see how that goes for her.
Nope, do not mess up, because this is not going to end well for you.
Give me my phone.
Your phone's going with us.
No, give me my phone.
No.
Give me my phone.
Your phone will go with you.
Do you want to take this?
I'll take it.
Okay.
No,
Are
give
you
me my
BTO
phone.
certified?
She chose that. Like she has got some kind of going on with him. So we'll just really.
Are you gonna walk with me, or are we gonna have
Can
to
I
carry
just
you to
stop
my
my God damn it! Can I not turn it off?
We're going to take care of all that. Is there anything other than your phone that you want
You're
to go
hurting
with
me!
you?
You're hurting me! You're hurting me! You're hurting me! You're hurting me! You're hurting me!
The woman begins to flail on the ground, claiming she can't breathe, but deputies suspect she's faking it. Additional deputies and medics arrive to calm her down, but she continues to accuse them of choking her and lying. After being placed in the squad car, a search of her vehicle reveals an open bottle of wine in the back and more sealed bottles in the front seat, raising suspicions about her sobriety.
Roll on your side. Roll on your side, Deb.
Hey, ma'am. Ma'am. Ma'am.
She hurt me! She hit me! She hit me in the face!
Okay, so no injuries. You're just a little embarrassed. I'm sorry. Okay.
She was claiming she couldn't breathe earlier.
Okay.
Liar.
Ready? Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
While deputies load Deborah into a patrol car, other investigators search her vehicle.
No top. Are they still full? Yeah, no top in the back.
Deborah's outburst continues, accusing deputies of choking her and using expletives. Deputies calm her down, but she resists and claims they're treating her like a crazy person. As they try to restrain her, she appears to bite a deputy and continues to struggle, yelling, "You're choking me!" Despite deputies' assurances that no one is choking her. Before being taken to jail, Deborah hurls more insults and refuses to cooperate, leading to another loud tantrum.
She's choking me! She's choking me!
Deb, there's a camera back there recording you right now.
Hey, Debbie.
Just fix herself now.
Debbie. Deborah, can I talk to you real quick?
You act like I'm some kind of crazy person. Just stop!
Thank you.
Stop!
Stop.
No!
Stop it. If you bite me, you're gonna get another charge, okay? So stop. Relax.
Did you catch that? Deborah appears to bite at the deputy.
Get off of me!
Deb,
Get off of me!
Relax, Deb.
Get off of me!
Relax.
You're choking!
Nobody's choking
You're
you.
choking me!
No one's choking you, Deb.
Can you please open your mouth for me so I can make sure you
Can you please open your mouth and shut the up?
I gotta
Okay,
check.
but can he check? Can he just look?
No,
real quick?
check her mouth.
Okay.
Ooh, ooh, she got in it. She got. Stop! Stop! Quit hurting me! Stop!
Let's go, arrest time!
At the jail, Deborah continues to shout and scream, accusing deputies of hurting her and refusing to cooperate. She resists removing her jewelry, prompting deputies to use force and restrain her in a chair. Deborah's outbursts escalate, using expletives and threatening violence. Deputies place a spit mask over her head, and she's eventually charged with DUI and resisting arrest. Despite her continued antics, Deborah later pleads no contest and is sentenced to probation, a suspended license, and fines.
We have to take the jewelry off.
It's not gonna happen. Lisa, we don't want to use force. We need to put it in the chair and take everything.
Right there.
Stop!
Relax.
Stop hurting me!
Oh, here we go.
Yeah. Go straight to booking.
Why are you hurting me?
Debbie, we talked about
Say to take off your jewelry. That's it.
My baby!
All right, Miss Debbie, we talked about this, right?
Stop it! Get off of me! Get off of me! Get off of me! Get off of me! Get the fuck off of me!
Calm down. Calm down.
Really?
Debbie, I'm trying to work with you. You're not working with me.
Okay, so we're gonna do
And this is where we ended up.
Okay? I'm trying to work with you. I'm not doing anything to you.
Deborah Odom was charged with DUI and resisting arrest. She later pled no contest to the charges and was sentenced to probation, along with a suspended license and fines.
Shocking moment at a Georgia Chick-fil-A. An armed robber attempts to hold up the restaurant, but the worker, a delivery guy in the wrong place, leads him into the back room. What happens next is incredible.
This Georgia Chick-fil-A worker is serving up more than nuggets and waffle fries when an armed robber tries to hold up the fast food restaurant. It happened in Gwinnett County, Georgia at about 4:30 in the morning. Security camera video gets this all on tape, showing the worker lead a masked gunman into the back room. Just a quick side note here, it turns out this worker was just a delivery guy who happened to be making a drop-off at the wrong place at the wrong time.
The gunman smashes through the Chick-fil-A drive-thru window, holding the worker at gunpoint. When the delivery man claims he doesn't know the safe combination, the suspect forces him into the office. Inside, the tension builds as the suspect pushes the worker towards the back of the room.
He says the gunman smashed through the Chick-fil-A drive-thru window and held the worker at gunpoint. And pretty soon it was clear he was after the money. At this point, we see the delivery man shrug because he doesn't know the combination to the safe. In response, the suspect points the gun right in his face, so he leads the robber into the office. All this is caught on another security camera recording from inside the office. And from the moment they get inside the office, things are tense. There's no audio, so we can't be sure what the worker is saying, but he's likely saying he doesn't know the safe's combo. The gunman points his finger directly in the worker's face, and you can see him shrug in response.
The gunman points his weapon at the worker's face, but the delivery man refuses to back down. He slaps the gun away and tackles the suspect, pinning him against the door. Despite being hit, the worker overpowers the suspect, showing remarkable bravery in the face of danger.
The conversation continues, and the gunman starts using the gun in his right hand to point. Here's where things really heat up. The suspect points his handgun directly in the delivery man's face, and he simply is not having it. He slaps the gun away from the suspect and pushes him back into the other room, showing the worker's intense response to the suspect pointing the gun in his face. The worker comes at the suspect full force and even falls to the ground in the process, but he gets up just a second later and rushes at the suspect, pinning him into the door and grabbing his head. You can see the suspect's hat fall to the ground. The suspect fights back, but it's the worker who gets the next big win. They're in a bear hug before the suspect starts smacking the worker, hitting his head with the gun. In all this commotion, things fall off the nearby shelves, and the gun drops from the suspect's hands.
The struggle intensifies as the gunman overpowers the worker, pushing him back into the office. The worker fights back, pushing through the door, and the two crash into the office. The suspect tries to choke the worker, but he resists, pushing back and walking the suspect backwards. The battle continues, with the gunman pinning the worker against the wall, then grabbing his throat.
Up next, they're getting tangled in some jackets hanging on the wall before they are hand in hand, pushing at each other, overpowering him just enough to push the worker back into the office. So now we're back into the office cam. You can see the door being pushed open, and just a second later, the gunman is choking the worker. The suspect is on top of the worker for a second, but not for long. It looks like he's about to slam the door in the suspect's face, but he's not quite done fighting yet. Switching back to the other cam now, the worker pushes the suspect, walking him backwards into the other room. It seems like they're almost catching their breath for a second here, but then the suspect has his hand around the worker's throat. The worker pushes back, and the pair goes off screen just for a second before we see the suspect once again.
The fight rages on as the pair crashes into the office, tangled in a bear hug. The worker gains the upper hand, dragging the suspect across the floor and pushing him into the door. They spin in circles. The gunman tries to fight back, but the worker blocks his view and resists. The suspect drops his glove again and makes a final push, but the worker stands firm. They stumble backward. The suspect reaches for the door, and the worker grabs his wrist. The suspect flees, and the worker calls 911. The would-be robber was eventually caught and arrested, facing assault charges.
In the midst of this altercation, the office door is pushed open, and a second later, the pair is back inside. So here's another look at the office cam. We see the door fly open before the worker crashes inside. They're in a tangle now, almost like another bear hug, as they both struggle to gain control over the other. And just like that, they're back in the other room. That is, until the gunman crouches down to pick up a glove that he dropped during all the commotion. You can see the gunman's left hand grabbing on the worker's shirt, but the worker does not back down. When the gunman falls, the worker picks him straight back up and eventually starts to push him across the floor. You can actually see the suspect sliding across the tile. Now the gunman, he then picks up the fallen gun off the ground and tries to fight back as the worker attempts to block his view by covering his eyes. They're still entangled here and begin spinning in circles. That's when the gunman drops his glove, the one he just worked so hard to pick up. Things slow down for just a second until the gunman gets a burst of energy and pushes the worker backwards. They go off cam once again, but the dance carries on. The gunman walks backward through the door and the worker follows, still defending himself. This next part isn't caught on camera, but the suspect runs off and the worker calls 911. Officials eventually caught up with the would-be robber. He was arrested and now faces multiple charges, including armed robbery and aggravated assault.
Warning, this one's gruesome. A woman allegedly murdered a cat, then took it a horrifying step further. She ate it. First responders found her at the scene, covered in blood, with cat hair on her lips. Even veteran officers were shaken by the disturbing sight. As one policeman put it, "In all my years on the force, I've never had a call like this. Someone eating a cat."
What did you do?
Brace yourselves. This one's extra gruesome, because what this woman allegedly did was murder a cat. And if that's not enough, she also ate it.
She destroyed that cat. This is...
First responders found this woman on the scene covered in blood, with cat hair still stuck to her lips. It was so disturbing, it even shook up veteran officers.
As long as I've been a policeman, I've never had a call where someone was eating a cat.
On August 16th, a 911 call in Canton, Ohio reported a woman, Alexis Farrell, tweaking out on drugs. The caller described her erratic behavior, including eating items off the floor and hallucinating while wearing a distinctive rainbow sundress.
This case is out of Canton, Ohio, about an hour south of Cleveland. On August 16th, just before midnight, 911 dispatch there got a disturbing call.
911, where's your emergency?
Hey, I'm in Jackson Sherry, and I have a black woman that's tweaking out real bad. She's on drugs, real bad.
What's your address so I can get the block range?
1119 Jackson Sherry.
The caller reports a woman who he says is tweaking out after probably taking some drugs.
Yeah, she keep grabbing on to people. She's just eating random stuff off the floor and seeing stuff.
What is she wearing?
A sundress with flip-flops, like gold slides with a sundress. It's like rainbow sundress.
Additional 911 calls reveal Alexis Farrell's disturbing behavior, eating a cat, performing on Facebook Live, and claiming to have killed her children. Police arrive, capturing the chaos on body camera video. Calls describe a scene of horror, with Farrell's erratic and violent behavior escalating rapidly.
911, where's your emergency?
Hi, I need an ambulance and police. Don't come over here. This girl is, I don't know, she's out here on drugs or something. She's pulled the head off of her cat. She says she took ice. I don't know. We just need somebody like to come get her cat.
I just was watching a live video of my cousin on Facebook, and she's down at her house. She killed a cat and is eating it. I need police and medical.
Why do you need medical?
I don't know what she took, what kind of drug she's on.
Her cousin says before Farrell started eating the cat, she ate something else that is also a bit disturbing.
I know my cousin just called me, and she was the one who told me to go look at the video, whatever. She said she just left her house not too long ago, and she said she just came downstairs out of nowhere and was tweaking. And she's like, I don't know what she was on, but she ate a spider off the wall, and now she's a cat outside.
This caller says that in addition to killing and eating a cat, Farrell also said she killed her own children.
We need somebody to come real bad because she's been down here talking about how she killed 2 kids.
Officer arrives, shocked, and demands answers from Alexis Farrell. What did you do? Crowd gathers, sharing concerns about threats. Officer cuffs Farrell, carefully, due to blood coverage. Put your hands behind your back, asking her where do you live, but she didn't reply.
Right with her and the cat. What did you do? Why'd you kill the cat? Stand up.
She said she killed two kids.
Put your hands behind your back. Someone got rubber gloves. She's covered in blood. What about you got gloves? You got rubber gloves.
Farrell's Miranda rights are read. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. Farrell doesn't respond, but complies with officer's request to take photos. Then, the officer asks directly, "Did you eat that cat?" Farrell denies it, but the officer has heard enough. "Get in the squad car. It's ridiculous." As Farrell waits in the back, the officer returns to the crime scene.
Hold on. So you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have a right to an attorney if you can't afford one, won't be appointed to you at state's expense. You have a right to have that attorney present during any questioning. You have a right to stop answering any questions once they begin. Do you understand your rights? Do you understand? Smile with your teeth. Go like this. Did you eat that cat? Did you eat it? No? Why'd you kill it? Get in there. It's ridiculous.
Officers discuss charges against Farrell, cruelty to companion animals. They also mention her children and how she claimed to have killed them. But thankfully, the children are safe and in someone else's custody. Farrell's actions are described as heinous and gross. The officer notes that Farrell had cat hair on her mouth and expresses shock at the unusual and disturbing nature of the call. As Farrell is driven to county jail, the officer confirms with the children's caregiver that they are alive and safe.
And here's where we hear what sort of charges Farrell will face.
Cruelty to companion animals, huh? I'm quite sure it's cruelty. Yeah, that's what it is. Spoke to Deshaun. He stated the female doesn't have possession of her kids. We hear with the cat, she doesn't have possession of her kids anymore. Okay. So, I don't know yet. Judy said they would and they'll hold the cat as evidence. She destroyed that cat. Yeah. This is I told him, I don't like him anymore. As long as she had cat hair on her mouth.
The body camera footage may have ended, but Farrell's saga continues. She faces charges of animal cruelty, prohibition concerning companion animals, and disorderly conduct, with a hefty $100,000 bond set. The story takes a dark and disturbing turn, and we're left wondering what's next for Farrell.
About 2 minutes later, Farrell is moved from the holding room and walks past the body cam.
She did this on Facebook last time.
That's where the body camera recording ends, but not where Farrell's story ends. She was charged with prohibition concerning companion animals, cruelty to animals, and disorderly conduct. For those charges, her bond was set at $100,000.
In Texas, 33-year-old Tasha Faye Sponsler is handcuffed and placed in a police cruiser, but she's not going down without a fight. She somehow manages to escape her seatbelt and then, in a stunning move, wriggles one hand free from her cuffs. With officers nearby, Sponsler remains calm and waits for the perfect moment to make her next move.
We kick things off in Texas, where members of the Lufkin PD are handcuffing 33-year-old Tasha Faye Sponsler. After being put in the police cruiser, the handcuffed Sponsler manages to undo her seatbelt, and then, despite officers being near the vehicle, she pulls off a Vegas-level magic trick by, ta-da, wiggling her one hand out of her handcuffs. Sponsler remains calm, looks around, and makes sure the officers are adequately distracted before following up her previous trick with an even crazier encore.
The stolen cruiser speeds back onto the main road, barely avoiding spike strips. The high-stakes chase finally comes to a dramatic end. Sponsler had gambled on a jury trial, rejecting a 16-year plea deal. But the verdict seals her fate, a staggering 45-year prison sentence.
God dang! Hey!
As the stolen cruiser shoots back onto the main road, it narrowly misses a row of spike strips. But eventually, the chase comes to a dramatic end. After rejecting a plea deal that would have given her 16 years in prison, Sponsler got the jury trial she wanted. Unfortunately for her, after being found guilty, she was sentenced to a staggering 45 years in prison.
At 1:15 p.m. in Spruce Grove, Edmonton, Richard Parasaw, 28, is caught using a stolen credit card. When police arrive, he resists arrest, tossing his girlfriend and entangling with the store owner. Parasaw breaks free, sprints shirtless to the back of the store, and grabs a bag of snacks as a makeshift weapon. However, he quickly surrenders when faced with a taser.
It's 1:15 p.m. at the Ready Mart in Spruce Grove, Edmonton. And this man, 28-year-old Richard Parasaw, has just been caught trying to buy a can of soda with a stolen credit card. Police have been called in to arrest the man, but he's not going quietly. After throwing his girlfriend, Brittany Burke, more on her in a minute, onto the officer entangling with the store's owner, creating an impromptu game of Twister, he breaks free. He takes off towards the back of the store with no shirt and no plan. As the officer takes aim with a taser, Parasaw grabs a weapon of his own, a bag of salty snacks. Realizing he's outgunned, he drops to the ground.
Officer shows restraint as Brittany Burke approaches. Parasaw gets tased, making his fourth mistake of the day. Burke makes a daring move, crawling past Christmas decorations towards the ductwork. But her plan fails. She surrenders after a dramatic fall. Backup arrives, and both are arrested, facing 11 charges, including using a stolen credit card and assaulting a police officer. The store owners repair their ceiling, while Parasaw and Burke face justice.
The officer shows restraint as Brittany Burke approaches near the Pringles. After telling her to stay back, the officer calls for backup, and that's when Parasaw makes at least his fourth terrible decision of the day and is pumped full of 50,000 volts. Meanwhile, with the entrance blocked by the owner, Brittany, the real star of this video, makes her move to the back of the store. Instead of trying the back door, she takes another, more daring route. After blowing absolutely any chance of anonymity right, she crawls past the dusty Christmas decorations and heads for the ductwork and potential freedom. A seemingly good plan until it isn't. After using aisle 5 to break her fall, Burke miraculously walks away and finally decides to surrender. Parasaw and Burke picked up 11 charges, including using a stolen credit card, resisting arrest, and assaulting a police officer.
A chilling incident in Hollywood, FL, where a young girl was almost snatched from her home. A man and woman, identified as Michael and his girlfriend, allegedly tried to lure the 9-year-old into their van while she played outside. The girl's mother called police, and the pair were later caught. Every parent's worst nightmare, this terrifying incident has left a community on edge.
Get your leg off of me.
She's alleged to have committed every parent's worst nightmare, as a young girl was nearly snatched away from her home when the suspect and her boyfriend allegedly attempted to lure the young child into their van. According to police, the girl's mother called to report a man and woman were trying to lure her 9-year-old daughter into their van while she was playing outside with her brother.
Body cam footage shows officers responding to a report of a van attempting to lure a 9-year-old girl outside her home. A neighbor frantically describes the van appearing out of nowhere, and the girl's mother recounts how the two suspects have previously been told to leave her children alone. The suspects, a man and woman, are described as being on drugs and having threatened violence. The mother alleges they tried to grab her child and have previously threatened to kill everybody in this house. The officers remain calm and professional as they gather information.
The luring pair were later identified as 34-year-old Michael Diaz and 31-year-old Tayana Tersano. Body cam video obtained by Law and Crime captures the moments officers responded to outside the girl's home. As a neighbor frantically tells police, the van seemingly came out of nowhere to lure the 9-year-old girl.
What happened?
I have the officer right in front of me. I was driving right here. I was driving over here. I stopped my truck right here. And one van, white big van, stopped right here. And one homeless lady with another man is coming outside the van and tried to take the baby that hurt the lady. She's the mother. And he tried to put the kid inside the van.
He uses his son?
Yes, he has another son. And he uses his son.
You ever seen him before?
Yes, that's one of the vehicles right there. They used to live.
What do you mean?
This
What
house.
vehicle?
This, I don't know what that is.
The
silver
purple
car.
one?
No, the silver car where the purple car is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. That's where they know. That's their vehicle. And they drive also a big white van. The guy is in a green shirt right now. They're obviously on drugs. This isn't the first time that I've had to sit here and tell them to leave my kids alone. My kids play here.
So who came out of the van and physically grabbed the kid?
No, tried to physically. The girl.
The
girl.
Okay, that was inside the van. There was a male and a female occupying it.
My kid's father was outside in his truck, and he came out. And I
Okay.
don't know what happened from there. I guess he knows what happened from there.
Yes.
We're fine. Yeah,
So
that way.
It went. No. He say literally. He say, listen to me. I want to go to the gas station. I'm gonna put gas in my truck. I'm gonna come back to kill everybody in this house. Hey, just calm down, man. Calm down.
An officer interviews a young girl, whose identity is protected, about a suspect who tried to lure her into a van. The girl recounts the suspect rolling down her window and saying, "Come here." The suspect also made a rude gesture towards the girl's mother. The officer asks clarifying questions, and the girl describes the suspect's actions and appearance, including pinkish hair. The officer praises the girl for not engaging with the suspect and seeking help from her father.
Tell me what happened just now.
The lady told me to come here.
So in a van, right? She came up in a van. Did she get out of the car, roll the window down? How'd she do it? Explain it to me. The window down? Was she driving or no?
She was driving, then she stuck the middle finger at my mother.
Okay. And what else? What'd she say?
I don't really remember.
She was going like this. Like, what'd she do with her hands? Did she do anything with her hands?
Stick the middle finger up like this, like.
And then she told you to come. She told you to come inside the van.
Before.
Okay. Did the guy say anything?
The guy? No, he was signed.
He didn't say anything?
No.
Okay. All right.
You've never seen her before? No. Remember who she is, baby girl. That's the one with the son that's always driving the scooter. I still don't remember. Only saw her with like her reddish pinkish hair.
Pinkish hair, right?
Reddish pinkish hair.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Police pull over a white van matching the suspect's vehicle, and officers approach with weapons drawn. They detain the driver and passenger, then realize it's not the correct van or suspects. The occupants are released, and the police apologize for the mistake. The search for the suspects continues, with officers checking IDs and following up on leads. The investigation is ongoing.
Get out of the vehicle. Show me your hands. Face forward. Face forward. Keep your hands up. Passengers inside the vehicle. Exit.
Hands up.
Step back towards me.
Stand up. Stop. Passenger. Passenger state. Go on the other side with him. Just get that one detained. When you got him detained, put him in my car. Put him in my car. All right.
Stop.
Go grab him.
Charlie 3, 10-4.
6 for 10-4. 6 for 10-4. Anyone else in the vehicle, exit now! Alright, they're detained.
Occupants of the white Chevy Express van, come out with your hands up and empty.
Alright, we're gonna move up. Nelson. Alright, we're clear.
But there was a slight issue. That's not the right van, nor did the driver and passenger match the description of the suspects.
Hey, I just want to apologize to the police. I'm really sorry about this. We had a sudden kidnapping, and the vehicle matched everything, and so did the tag.
Okay.
Sorry. Come out. I'm sorry. Do you have your ID, by the way?
Yeah.
All right, just have it ready once I get you out of here. I'm very sorry. Thank you for complying.
Police pull over a third driver in a CBS parking lot, and this time they find a match. The driver, wearing a bright lime green shirt, is detained and cuffed. A young boy is found in the van, and he confirms that the driver and his companion are his parents. However, the boy reveals a heartbreaking reason for being in the van. He was hiding to avoid being taken to DCF.
Driver, put your hands out the window. Just keep your hands out the window. All right, just keep your hands out the window. It's fine. Just let me see you. Let them do their thing over here. Detained over there yet? Keep your hands out the window. Hey, Preston, come here. Step out. Hold on, puppy. Turn towards the van. Turn towards the van.
The officer cuffs the driver of the white van, who just so happens to match the description of the young girls could have been kidnapper to a T. He's wearing a bright lime green shirt, drove a white van, and had a young child in the vehicle with him.
What's up, buddy?
Hello.
You alright?
I got the kid as well.
Keep your hands.
You were sitting back here?
Yeah, because I don't want to go to DCF.
What happened?
I don't want to go to DCF, so I was back here.
You don't want to go to DCF?
No.
Gotcha.
So I was just back here.
A person is detained, confused, and assertive about their rights. They question the basis for their detention, claiming not to have been read their rights. The officers mention a crime involving a suspect who hit the detained person's baby mama in front of their son. The detained person grows agitated, accusing the officers of violating their rights. The scene shifts to a potential identification process, but the detained person remains defiant.
Why?
You're being detained.
How am I being detained for what?
Because you're being detained because you fit the description.
That doesn't matter. That's against the law, bro. That's against the law. Y'all didn't even read me my rights. Y'all didn't tell me nothing.
What's your first name?
For what?
You match the description.
Of what?
Of a crime.
Of a crime? Somebody that hit my baby mama in front of my son?
Relax. I need your information.
You didn't even read me my rights. Now you want to turn on your camera or check me now?
My camera's
the
on.
camera's been on. The camera's been on. Y'all violated my rights, bro.
My camera's literally inside.
Y'all violated my rights, bro. You got kids?
No one violated.
You got kids? Do you have kids?
I just told you I don't got no fucking kids.
Okay.
Let's go. We got things to do, people to see.
I don't have nothing, bro. I wish I did, bro. If I did, I would have fucking killed that motherfucker. Trust me. You don't got it anymore? No. Just got out of work, bro.
The officer asks her about the day's events. She admits to giving the victim's mom an obscene gesture, but denies trying to take the 9-year-old girl. She explains that she was with her husband and son, trying to figure out where to go since they're homeless. She sees her mom's neighbor, with whom she has a dispute, and flicks her off as she drives by in a black Nissan. Later, an 18-year-old male approaches her and allegedly hits her, but she claims she didn't have a problem with him, only with the girl's mom.
So what was going on over by your house today?
By my mom's house? Yeah. Okay. My husband's car's broken. The Cadillac that was behind the van. And my husband just got there because he just left work. And he was just coming to pick us up, me and my son, to find out where we're gonna go because we're homeless. And so, okay, so he comes. And I see the neighbor, my mom's neighbor, that he used to be mine too. I see her pulling out, and I flicked her off. I flicked the car off. She passed, and then I flicked her.
Which car, the Cadillac?
No. She was driving a Nissan, black Nissan. So I was like, okay, I flicked her off, whatever. So the fat little kid, supposed to be, I don't even know where this kid came from the corner of 19th and McKinley, when I mind you that we were on the house.
Which kid? Was it like a boy or a girl?
He was a male. He looked like he was 18 and up. And the way that he ran up to me, like, I told him, I was like, well, who are you? I'm not talking to you. I didn't have no problems with you. My problem was with the girl, which I flicked off the car. I didn't get it with nobody.
Torsano denies being under the influence, but struggles to walk and falls when exiting the squad car. She and Diaz are charged with luring a child and contributing to delinquency, and Torsano faces an additional charge for resisting arrest. They're held on $30,000 bond, but post bail, and are released. Their child is taken into custody by the Department of Children and Families as the case remains pending.
She said she wasn't under the influence of drugs at all, only saying she smoked marijuana the day before and took a hit from her vape pen. As officers pull her out of the vehicle, and she immediately falls to the ground.
My head. What's gonna happen? My head. I told you guys I'm mental.
Get your leg off of it. All right, that's another charge for you. I'm closing the door. Move your f***ing foot.
Stop it, Nelson.
The pair were eventually taken to the Broward County Jail, both charged with luring and enticing a child and contributing to the delinquency of a minor. Authorities also tacked on another charge for Torsano for violently resisting arrest. Torsano and Diaz were held on a $30,000 bond. Both posted their bond and have since been released from jail, but the case is still pending. As for their child, it's been previously reported he was taken into the custody of the Department of Children and Families.